Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Gwen from the Dr. Gwen International Training and Empowerment Academy and host of the iTunes show, The Dr. Gwen Show. Good Monday afternoon. I am so delighted to be back with you. Feels like I'm a fixed stature, a fixed creation, a fixed being on this live cast every day. And I am looking for my friends and they haven't joined me yet. Facebook says we're telling your friends to join you. Okay, so that is fantastic. So I will wait for my friends to join me as I hope that you had the most amazing weekend ever. You know, I look forward to my weekends. They're the times when I do continue to work. However, I do take a break somewhat, especially doing my live cast and posting my daily inspiration that I typically do on my social media profile. So it's a time for me mostly for internal reflection, to get to know me more on a deeper spiritual level, because I feel like that aspect of our lives, knowing exactly who we are to the core of who we are, is a very important factor in our success in life, in the way we handle the stresses in our lives, in the way we treat other people in our lives, and in the way we view circumstances that are about to happen or are happening. So I am glad that you're here, and I know that some of you are not going to be able to join me live, and that is quite okay. I look forward to you joining me later, and when you do watch it, do leave me your comments so that I know that you saw this. And if you have any questions whatsoever, do reach out and let me know. I want to make a little announcement about an upcoming book that I have that will be out. And this book is for moms. I wrote this book about 3.5 years ago, and it was sitting in my files. I was sending out free tips to moms and single moms who have the bulk of the responsibility to raise their children. So I was sending out tips via emails to different individuals. And then I picked it up and I thought, I could dress this up a little bit, make it a little more practical so people can utilize these tips and these steps. So what I actually did was I spent and am spending time pretty much dressing up the novel, dressing up the manuscript of it so that it can be more powerful to help you ladies empower your lives. And this is not just about mothering and raising children. As you know, a big part of our whole aspect of our life, of how we show up, is about who we are. So it also addresses who you are and how you can show up more powerfully, not just for your children, but also in the other areas of your life. Your romantic relationships, your work and your finances, your physiological needs, your mind, body, and spirit needs, and all of those areas. It's important for us to address those key areas so that we can continue to flourish. Now, today my conversation is about growth. It is the process of becoming. And what do I mean by becoming? We have this thing called ego, which really, if we are not careful about it, it's almost spontaneously tripped. When we find ourselves in relationships, if someone may not be treating us the way we think we need to be treated, or if we find ourselves in other conversations, we try to sometimes cause ourselves to look better than we are. And also, when we find ourselves in other circumstances, we try to hide our vulnerability. We mask it. so that others don't see the true who that we are, and we're putting out this front as if we are strong and as if we are invincible. So if you are those things, it's fine to show up and be exactly who you are. But if you are not, then take a step back and have a look at how you are actually showing up for other people. Now, what is this process of becoming? This process of becoming in this conversation, and this conversation only, because becoming, I think, is a wide topic that we can talk about. Who we are to the core, what is going on inside of us, our higher self, and all of those aspects. However, my focus is on the becoming, the growth part of it. Like, I'm looking at the stages or the steps that we need to take in order to step out and to become something different or someone different than who we are right now. When I say something different, I'm not talking about you upsetting the underlying core. I'm not speaking of that. I'm just talking about you stepping into greatness and evolving into the leadership roles that you see yourself stepping into. Now, I know you have passions and you have a mission for your life. You do. And if you, in case you're not aware of what the passion and that mission is for your life, then I would encourage you to strongly focus and take a few moments to figure that out. And you might not quite be able to figure that out on your own. And this is where I'm going to offer you a free resource that I have, that you can go to passionstoearnings.com, and there is an ebook that you can download for free that will walk you through some steps that you can take to identify work that you do. And this is just work that you do. Aside from that, I do administer a passion test. Now, this one will cost you some money, okay? But it is something that I feel that is valuable to you, that will help you to identify your top 5 passions. And this just doesn't come in a whim and we're not guessing about what this is. I walk you through a specific series of steps that you can take. And even if you feel you have several passions and you don't know which one to focus on, my methodology that I use with you will help you to come to the core of what that is. As I'm speaking to you, what just flashed in my memory is a conversation I had with one of my clients who took the passion test. And she was completely elated. She said this was the best dollars that she had spent. And I was completely amazed by that. Not amazed that the passion test was so valuable, but amazed because I know I've recommended other external courses or training for her to do, which she has done. Some of them I have upheld very highly as being important in my own transformational journey. And so for her to say that was completely amazing. She said, I am so completely clear now, no longer confused. This is the best dollars that I spent so far in my entire life. Now that is profound. Okay? And she had just completed the passion test. Now, if you want to know how to do that, please send me a message and I will send you a link that you can access this and read more about it to see if this is something you want. However, ladies, if you are destined for greatness, and I know you are, and if you're up to big things in your life, and I know you are, and if you want more You want to have a bigger impact on the world, and you are not clear about exactly how you're going to do that, then I encourage you strongly to reach out and request the link so you can at least read about what it is that you will be getting if you should take the passion test. And I have to disclose that is not a free course. It is basically online, and then there is a session with me where we go through the whole testing process. Okay? So if you are interested in that, send me a private message and I will get that information to you. Outside of that, that passion test will cover all areas of your life. If you want the relationships, the work, your hobby, it's just a general feel of what you do. And I have other people texting me from time to time about taking that passion test and the results. Some people have even said their business is taking off as a result of now focusing on other areas of their passions. So this is exactly what happens when you become focused and clear about what you want in life. Things start flowing, and it's not so much a struggle, it's a journey to enjoy. But outside of that, the free resource is at passionstoearnings.com. You can go there, and that one will just focus on your work that you love. And in there, I have created the Magic Money Matrix, which will help you to figure a strategy on how to identify work that you love, probably work that you want to bring to business. And believe me when I tell you a hobby can be a business. I will be having on my podcast show in another week or so an interviewee who did just that. Her hobby, soap making, became a business that is supporting her lifestyle. So we'll talk about that. So enough of that discussion. And now I have just a few more minutes to go through now and to talk about this process of becoming. Becoming. The passion piece to your life is probably what you want to achieve. That process of becoming. Who do you want to become? Who do you want to be? Are you clear about who you want to be? Is that clear in your mind? And if it is, why haven't you taken the steps to go out and to make that begin to happen? Why? Is it fear that's holding you back? Is it the self-talk and the limitations that's holding you back? What is stopping you? And the process is, those fears and limitations are constricting your growth. They're constricting your personal growth, and they're constricting who you are becoming. I can tell you in my personal life, from day to day, I take on a lot of things that scare me. And yes, anytime you're going to try something that is new, you're going to be scared. However, you have to get in here and figure out what is going on. Why are you feeling the way you are? And when I say scared and fear, I mean like anxiety or a little nervous energy, which a lot of us allow to stop us from moving forward. But what is it that you want to achieve, and what is stopping you? I have personally found that once I feel that fear or that nervous energy, stepping past that, just confronting it, acknowledging it that it's there, and stepping past that is a beautiful feeling, because once you're in the moment, you're no longer worried and you're in action, right? And I discovered another beautiful thing about the whole journey. It's that it doesn't have to feel like a struggle. Are you struggling right now? Do you feel like, man, I'm on this journey all by myself, and I don't know which way to go, and I don't know what direction to take. Is that you? I have been there. What I've found that works for me is retreating on the inside. There's a whole divine guidance team that has equipped you with whatever you need to figure out the process by tapping into the divine source and that divine energy. It is there to guide you. And you know the other thing that I discovered? It's this. That divine team wants the same good things for me as I want for myself. Now, those of you who are scriptural, you can go and check some of your literature, and you will find, that the divine is very much interested in giving you what you want. And I have a feeling again that I am not here broadcasting because I see a message from my friend, and it looks like I'm going to have to push the message out once I get done, but it's okay, and I'm sorry. I don't know why it's not broadcasting live, because I know my friends join me here at 3. They're not here. Jackie just sent me a message. I just saw a message flash across the screen. I didn't see exactly what it said, but I know she's here with me. And people, so I don't know why it's not showing. But when you see this, just know that I'm thinking about you all right now, and we're here. I'll figure out this technology glitch, and only make certain that it's addressed before I start my broadcasts again in the future. So, as I was saying, though, you do have a divine team. And are you really tapping into that source and allowing that source to guide you? Do you know that that source wants the exact great things that you desire in your own life? Do you know that? And what that does for me is it generates a certain sense of peace. It's like, oh, I'm not in this alone. I've got the universe on my side. I've got the divine on my side. I've got God on my side. And everything is moving to give me what I want so I can give up this feeling of struggle. I was telling you last week that I tried that for my workout. And I did it again today. What a beautiful experience. I enjoyed my workout. See, in the past, every time I'm working out, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder how much pounds or how many inches this is going to cause me to lose today. And so I get caught up in that, and that's what's in my system. But now, as I'm working out, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I am going downstream with the flow. I'm not struggling. I'm enjoying this moment. And so now, as I'm enjoying this moment, I know there's a team behind me who wants the same thing. Ooh, talk about stress relief. Talk about stress relief, my friends. It's completely amazing. And so that's what I want you to experience. Now, this process of becoming requires that you step out and that you stay consistent, that you stay persevering. If you want to get to the growth phase, you've got to be consistent. You got to keep going. I have a girlfriend. When we went to the conference the last time, we had a conversation about our natural hair, right? And for me, this natural hair, kind of taking care of it is a lot of work, I thought initially. And so sometimes I would just twist it and leave it twisted for days. And then what I found is when I went to style it, the root was all knotted from that new growth that stayed there and didn't get untwisted. So now when I knew that I was going to start doing my live casts, I knew I had to start doing my hair, and I thought, you know what? That's going to be such a lot of work. But then I quickly dismissed that thought and just got in the flow. And every night, consistently, I would do the 2-strand twist to make sure that my curl patterns were defined. Now, they're not so defined today, so don't look up there too hard. Because I kind of did a 2-strand twist and left it for a couple days. So they're not so defined today, but in any event, I think it looks pretty nice. I love my hair. But anyway, so what happened was, after doing this consistently for over a month, it's like breathing. It's like nothing. It's like no exerting, challenging energy that I have to put out to do it. It feels normal. It feels natural. So to get into that phase, that personal growth phase, that process of becoming, requires that you are consistent with whatever it is that you want. But you first have to step out there and do it. You can't allow fears to stop you. I have a resource on fear that's free that you can access if you wish. You've got to send me a link, a request, and I will send you the link if you want that. However, there's no excuse for you to stay stuck in whatever it is that is stopping you from achieving your greatness. Come on now. You owe it to yourself to step out and to fulfill you. Because there's not a more powerful place of stepping into your presence than becoming who you want to become and stepping forward despite whoever is telling you you can't do it or whatever is telling you you can't do it. Staying in motion, staying consistent, so you are not prohibited in any way to do what you need to do. And just remember this. You have a really huge divine team of individuals who are coming alongside you to assist you in the process. Doesn't that make it feel so much better? I don't know about you, but it lifts a lot of stress off of me. And you're going to probably think this is weird, but I'm going to say it anyway. Last week, I told you that I had lost 3 pounds just by shifting my thought like that. And you know what? I wasn't too good eating some of the things this weekend, and I lost 2 more pounds. So I'm 5 pounds less, and I am going to attribute it to my thoughts, that it's easy and it flows instead of this uphill struggle. The other thing to keep in mind is that we each are a piece of the divine. We are cut from that one big divine cloth, the universe. Each of us make up a component of the universe. When you are in sync with who you are as your own divine being, divinely connected being, when you are that and you recognize other people in your space as that, together you all combine to create that big space called the universe. Being in discordant with someone else is not going to help you fulfill the process of becoming. So, who are you in discord with? Do you have someone you need to clear some things with? Do you have a conversation that you need to have to create peace and harmony? And just know this, going to someone to create peace and harmony may not result in that. They may have their own issues. and they may come back and lash out angrily because they have their issues. And if you have tried to address their issue and they're still wanting to pull you down in that, just release. Say, I thank you and I forgive you, and just release. Release them. You don't have to be buddies with them. You don't have to be in conversation with them. You don't have to be hugging and close to them. Just release them mentally. That alone will alleviate a lot of the mental pressures that you feel from having that negativity in your life. And breathe, just exhale it out of your system. You're going to be fine. But you have to be in unity with the other elements of the universe, the other elements of the divine, in order to become who you are, because we're all interconnected. We all so completely are interconnected. So I want to leave you with this thought today about the process of becoming, that whoever you want to become, whatever the mission, the passion is that you want to fulfill on, step in it. Step in it. Don't hesitate and allow fear to stop you. That's not what you are here for. The fears and the negativity may come up, but step past it. And once again, if you need resources to help you to do that, reach out and I will send you free resources that will give you a jump start there. The next thing is remain consistent, just step by step by step. Some of these processes may take 30 days to become habitual. Some may take more, 90 days or more to become habitual. But once it becomes habitual, it's not something you have to think about anymore, and it's not something that scares you anymore. Now you're ready to move up to the next level of challenge. The third thing is realize you have a divine team that is on your side, that you can go downhill or downstream. Stop struggling upstream. That struggle is what is holding the weight on you, physical weight, literal weight, and emotional and psychological weight. That struggle is there. When you realize you have a divine team that wants the same thing for you, they are rooting for you. Wow, that stress factor is so much less. In fact, it doesn't even exist. It's just pure joy that resonates inside. And then fourthly, remember this. We're all interconnected. You cannot move ahead if you are not taking care of you. That is you outside, the people in your lives, people in your community, whether you know them or not. We're all interconnected. And there is no process of becoming the true core, who you are, your essence, if you don't address those circumstances in your life. So I thank you so much for joining me. And what I didn't say about my book is that it will be releasing it within the next month. So look for it. I'll be sending an email where people can download the book on Amazon.com and perhaps on other websites as well. I propose to have the book in Barnes & Noble as well. And this book is for moms with children who are toddlers and up. Toddlers may be just the beginning stage, mainly school-age children, but it's a good training ground for toddlers and up. And even if you have an infant, that book will certainly start giving you the perspective of what you need to do. My decades of experience as a school administrator, coaching parents and coaching their kids and listening to the parents talk about the kids and the kids about their parents, my reading, my informal research that I conducted with parents and their children who are in good relationships, and my own experiences combined. And these are 101 tips that I promise will cause you to look at life completely differently and for you to step in your own power of owning your strength and your purpose. and your destiny. So, my dear ladies, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Love you.